I don't know how I feel about Drake, who has never shown up to have anything to say about anything going on in society with black folks or anything.
Okay, there's a lot to inform you of to get back to that statement. So let's get to the lead up to this. So April 4th, 2023.
The idea for the song started as a joke.
Donald Glover breaks down his most iconic characters for GQ. Childish Gambino is considered a role in this context, and he broke down his Grammy-winning song, This Is America, which he dropped in May 2018.
This is America. To be completely honest, like, This Is America, like, that was all we had, was like that line. And it started as a Drake diss, to be honest.
July 5th, 2023. The opening night of Drake's It's All a Blur tour. As he performs headlines, the ticker under the stage says, the overrated and over-awarded hit song, This Is America, was originally a Drake diss record. I'm just gonna deal with this part right now. So Drake, is this how fragile your ego is? Like, Donald just had the words, This Is America. No other lyrics, no melody, and he was going to make a funny song over the fact that you're Canadian. That was gonna be the diss.
It's like a funny way of like doing it, but then I was like, this sounds kind of hard though.
Donald goes on in that GQ piece and talks extensively about the development of that song.
We studied Thriller for a long time. Studied how that became iconic. You have to have a moment in real time. All the uprisings and riots that were happening, like, it really informed like my writing. To me, culture is just compression of information. So I was like, all of it just needs to be compressed into this moment. So what was happening needed to feel like it could only be happening right now.
You heard all that, but you're still stuck on the fact that Donald was gonna poke fun at you that you're Canadian. That's something that Ebro pointed out as well.
The song was supposed to be a joke diss. It didn't actually happen. So why are you in your feelings about it?
If that wasn't self-centered enough, Drake doesn't realize that he's not coming for a song that was originally a Drake diss. He's coming for a song that addressed police brutality and Black Lives Matter. That's what you're dissing, Drake.
A song that takes a position of social commentary with imagery and everything like that song did, and it made people feel something about social commentary. I don't know if you could say it's overrated and over-awarded.
But that's what Drake did. So it led Ebro to make the claim that Drake is like a silent hypocrite. And XXL magazine tweeted what Ebro said.
Drake has never shown up to have anything to say about anything going on in society with black folks or anything.
Now, Ebro took issue with that tweet, I'm not really sure why, and he wrote, this is out of context. No, it wasn't. Drake doesn't have to, nor should he, if he doesn't feel it. But to say This Is America is overrated and over-rewarded, when that song came at a time when people needed someone to say something. And he doesn't feel the need to, that's all. Okay, we saw Ebro talk about the song, but that quote isn't out of context, Ebro. He was just stating something that he thought was a fact. There's no additional context needed to that fact that you said. And the whole Drake doesn't have to, nor should he if he doesn't feel it. You didn't say that. Nadeska brought up that aspect to this conversation.
Artists like Kendrick are going to be the people to have that conversation and address things. J. Cole's going to do it. Yeah. Drake has never stepped his foot in those waters, and he may or may not never say.
And by the way, at this point, we're not expecting you to. That's not what you do.
So all Ebro said was that we're not expecting Drake to say it, and once again, I'm repeating the idea that Drake hasn't said it in the past. He doesn't say anything about if he doesn't feel the need to, he doesn't have to. No, that was just all things that Ebro just added on Twitter. The only other thing that Ebro said was,
you're also one of the most successful rappers that we've ever seen.
That's how we measure the bar.
Yeah. People love Drake because he's successful. Okay. Interesting statement. Why didn't you say that? Okay. But yeah, I mean, Ebro's been doing this a lot longer than I have. Like, I've been doing this for like 8 years, and I would never make a statement about Drake's non-action without knowing with 100% assurity that I'm correct in what I'm saying. And even more basic than that, I would remember that I reposted Drake's lengthy response to the killing of Elton Sterling in July 2016. Apparently, Ebro forgot about that, and that he added the prayer emoji in several skin tones for his caption. People have also pointed out that Drake addressed police brutality on 6 p.m. in New York, a track he released in February 2015.
About how we need protection from those protecting the block.
And he did it again in July 2015 on Charged Up.
Cops are killing people with their arms up. And your main focus is trying to harm us.
You could be underwhelmed by Drake's social media post in the wake of George Floyd's killing. Drake simply posted a Sada Shakur's poem called Affirmation and wrote, "Rest in heaven, George Floyd." But then Drake donated $100,000 to the National Bailout Fund days later, which was paying the bail money for Black Lives Matter protesters. So Ebro, you saying
Drake has never shown up to have anything to say about anything going on in society with black folks or anything
is factually incorrect. And take a look at this. After getting a lot of feedback on the segment last night, Ebro tweeted the clip and once again implied that he was being taken out of context, but then he changed his wording in the tweet. He rarely says anything significant about social issues. Ebro, come on. In other tweets, he said he wasn't backpedaling and just giving important context, and people confuse providing clarity and context with backpedaling. Changing the words you said ain't clarity, dude. You're backpedaling from saying never to rarely, and also adding anything significant. All these stipulations he's now adding into his statement. And on top of that, after chastising him for not speaking out more,
the song's called This Is America.
And you're not
You're Canadian, bro.
You imply that it's not his place to speak out on race issues in America. This whole thing is a mess. Like, Drake, get over yourself and take your blinders off. And Ebro, know your beat before you're going to say it. Like, even I know that. But yeah, what are your thoughts?